Now normally, when it comes to an Inner Sphere Mechwarrior's guide to painting stupid clan battle mechs, I have some awful and offensive things to say about the various battle mechs, clan society, all that kind of stuff. But today, that is not true. The reason for, because when it comes to painting the Epsilon galaxy of Clan Wolf from Battletech, these suckers and losers, is not my statement. It's just me summarizing and paraphrasing what Clan Wolf says about their own soldiers. We're starting things off with a spray primer from Army Painter's War Paint series. It's one of the brown colors. I don't know which one because I lost the cap to the can. I've also got my custom 3D printed priming tool here to hold the miniature. You can find a link down below to where you can get the files for this particular tool. The first step with brushwork is pretty straightforward. We're just coating the entire mech in a black wash. That is it. Just let it dry thoroughly before you move on to the next step. Yeah, I know it'll take a while. For the next step, I'm just going to do some quick dry brushing with Leather Brown from Army Painter's War Paint series. The key thing here is you want to keep that dark brown color in between the armor panels, so try and not get any paint down in those recesses. Now we're going to brighten things up a little bit. I'm going to take a bright yellow color. I have Sun Yellow from Vallejo's Game Color line of paints. I'm going to mix it into the leather brown, and then I'm going to carefully paint that color on the surface of each of the armor panels of the mech. Now when you work with a mixture of colors like this, you're bound to get a little bit of variation of color from armor panel to armor panel, which tells a bit more of a story of a worn battle mech versus, say, a nice parade-ready battle mech. However, considering that Epsilon Galaxy is kind of losers of Clan Wolf, their mechs are probably already pretty beat up to start with. The thing about yellow miniature paint is that it generally doesn't cover things very well. The pigment's very translucent. So hopefully, the step you just did, you like doing that kind of a thing, because you're going to have to do it at least once more with the yellow-brown mixture once the first layer has dried. One more layer for the base color of the mech, and now we're going to really brighten some things up. I'm going to take an off-white color, which is Brain Matter Beige from Army Painter's War Paint series, mix it into this brown-yellow mixture we already have, and basically repeat the process that we just did 2 times. The end result should be a sand-like color. The base layers are done. Let's move on to some highlighting. What I'm going to do is take a little bit more of my bright white color and make an even brighter version of our base color to use for highlighting. And I imagine there's a light source floating over the upper left shoulder of my battle mech. And what I am doing is starting at the area of the armor panel that's facing the light source, I start painting on the highlight color. But as I move away from my starting point, I'm very carefully applying less and less pressure with the paintbrush. Therefore, it's kind of blending this highlight color into the base color. It's now camouflage time. All I'm doing is taking a light gray, negative from Cultcraft line of paints, mixing it in with a black to make a dark gray because, well, I don't have a dark gray sitting out here, and very carefully painting camouflage stripes around the mech, focusing more on the arms and the legs and not the body, just because I think that looks the coolest, but there's really not any rules here for this step. For this next step, I'm taking some Shining Silver from Army Painter's War Paint series, darkening up with some black, and I'm looking for mechanical things, whether that be actuators in the arms, the legs, knee joints, elbows, jump jets if your mech has those, as well as heat sinks. If anything kind of looks like it's a cooling vent, go ahead and paint it this color. Oh, also weapons, weapon barrels, that'd be important too. Don't forget those. Well, we're just about almost done. I think we've got just a few more quick steps. The next one is kind of to do some of the special effects, which I'm just going to take some yellow, using the same yellow color from earlier. I'm going to paint the inside of gun barrels and try to paint the canopy. Considering it's yellow, it may take a few coats to get things fully covered. There is one more step to do with the canopy, but I want to let the yellow paint dry. I'm going to try to butcher painting the insignia of Clan Wolf on the mech's legs. For that, I'm going to take some yellow, red, and just do a real half job. Since the insignia is, well, using yellow, I'm going to have to let that dry. So what I think we'll do at this time is let's fix up any of the mistakes with the yellow special effects. So fix up gun barrels, etc., etc. And then on the canopy, take some of your mechanical dark silver color and kind of paint in the lines that make up the structure around the canopy. Then let's finish up the insignia. Well, that is all I have for you guys today with this Inner Sphere Mechwarrior's Guide to Painting Stupid Clan Battle Mechs. I'm Jason, the creator of the Tabletop Battlefield, and I didn't have to be offensive this time because Clan Wolf already did it for me. So yeah, anyway, if you want to learn more about that 3D printed priming tool, you can check out a link in the description below. And if you're into 3D printing gaming miniatures, well, I have my line of 3D printable military guys that kind of sit off the side over here, over at fracturedcolony.com. And you want to check those out because I might have a few new ones coming out in the not too distant future. And finally, if you have your own suggestion for some Battletech faction, military unit, mercenary company you want me to paint up, please leave it in the comments below and I might be able to get that on the schedule. Anyway, I'll see you guys all next time.